What's up, bro? It's good. How much you charge? 100. How long you been cutting?
I actually just got out of barber school.
All right, bro. That'll be 100. Alright, you guys, just like every haircut you do, what you want to do, you want to comb the hair out first. What this does, it lifts the hair off of the scalp, making it easy for the hair to feed into the teeth of the blades. So my client wanted to take his hair down to a 1.5. So I got my one guard on with the lever fully open. That's a true 1.5. And I'm going with the grain of his pattern, making sure that, you know, everything is at the proper length. But before that, I was also checking for cowlicks. When I was combing his hair, I was checking for any bumps, anything that would make it uncomfortable for my client by me running my clipper through his head. You said you want your taper high?
Yeah, high ball taper.
So like you heard, my client wanted a high ball taper. I had to make sure that, you know, he wanted a high ball taper because some clients with waves don't want their taper so high. So right now I got my trimmers and I'm setting in my bald line pretty straight. I'm not gonna add any curve to it. I just want it to be, you know, a simple high ball taper. Next step, I'm going back with my clippers with the lever open, and I'm going up about a ½ inch, making sure that I go over that guideline multiple times to ensure that it's at that length. Putting on the one guard with the lever fully open, I'm doing the same exact thing, going up about a ½ inch, making sure I go over that guideline multiple times, scooping out as well, brushing the hair down, and making sure that I, you know, switch up my angle on the way that I, you know, attack it, because not every texture grows one way. Sometimes you gotta attack it differently to get it down to that length. So normally when I'm doing a waver haircut, I don't go into the two immediately. I always like to just go blend back down. That's because I'm trying to keep the taper as low as possible. But in this case, since he wants a high ball taper, I just went ahead with my two guard with the lever open and just attacked the bulk at the top. The reason why you wouldn't want to just attack the bulk at the top is because you're trying to keep it as low as possible. When you blend back down, it allows you to realize that the bulk at the top isn't that extreme, so you don't need to take it that high. So next, I'm gonna take baby steps, go right back with my one guard with the lever open, and I'm gonna clean up that area between the 1 and the 2. So again, like I said, taking baby steps, all I did was close the lever on that one guard, and now I'm focusing it on that middle line, softening it up. It's not gonna take it out fully, you'll take it out with the next step. Now you're able to take it out fully with the zero guard closed in a flick out motion, flick out that middle line. Now, what you wanna do is start below the line and flick to the line and use your corners the entire time. Now, in some cases, that zero guard close doesn't take out everything that you want. If that's the case, just go behind it with the lever open and just detail those areas where you see bulk using your corners. Now it's two ways you can attack this bottom line. You could either set the lever halfway, soften up the bottom line first, then close the lever fully, and in a flick out motion, flick out the rest of that bottom line, which would make it easier. Me, I go right in and just, lever fully closed and then open as I go little by little. So once you have the guidelines put in and taken out, now is where you look at the blend as a whole and start doing some detailing. Right now, I'm smoothing the bulk that's on top, going with the grain with the one guard. But the thing about detailing is you want to utilize the mirror. The mirror shows you a different perspective on the blend than just seeing it head on. Also, let's say you don't have access to a mirror. What you want to do, look away from the blend for a couple of seconds, come back to it, and just start detailing in those areas where you see bulk. Improving on, blending and fading. It just takes time. You have to keep doing it in order for you to see results. You know what I mean? You'll get better and better and better with time. Don't think that this is something that it just comes natural. You know what I mean? Repetition is everything. So be patient and just know that, with greatness, you got to put in the time. When it comes to fading the beard, I use the same exact steps. The only thing different is that I'm doing it in reverse. I'm going downward instead of going upward. That's the only difference. Also, it's the same exact steps for the back as well. I find that working on the back is easier because it's a lot more room to work with. What you guys want to do is memorize these steps though. That's going to increase the time that you take on cutting hair, right? The steps is 0 guard, lever open, 1 open, then you come back down, take out that middle line, 0 guard close, take out the bottom line with the lever either halfway or fully closed, and then lastly, work on that bulk at the top with the 2, and then detail. So I'm gonna prep my client's skin. That way when I do the lineup, it's extra crispy. I'm using some shaving cream and I'm gonna go all around the borders of his lineup, making sure that everything is nice and dry and clean. That's really the key to a crispy lineup. Making sure that the hair is clean, the skin is prepped. This is what's gonna get you that ash mark look that you want. I'm also gonna add a hot towel to my client's face as well. What this is gonna do is gonna soften the skin, open the pores for a deeper cleansing, right? You wanna make it feel like your client is getting a premium service. I'm gonna also lightly mist some hairspray on my client's lineup just to lock everything in so the hair doesn't move when I go to line them up. And also, I'm gonna blow dry. The thing about blow drying is, if it's hot weather outside, you want to blow dry on cold. If it's cold weather outside, you want to blow dry on hot. And then I'll come behind it and blow dry it on cool air as well. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in a full 360, and they come out looking like, got this. YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother. He does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links to be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.